Picture this. You're at your airport gate, and just as your zone gets called, gate agents start to check luggage in the sizer. Are you safe, or are you going to get stuck with a gate check fee? It depends on whether you chose the right luggage. In this video, we're going to tell you the common mistakes people make when picking their suitcases and explain how to avoid them. We'll be showing examples using some of our favorite luggage from Away, this video's sponsor, but you can apply these tips to any gear for any trip. Most people buy luggage based on how it looks or what it costs, but neither of those things will tell you whether a bag will hold up. A good-looking bag can still have flimsy zippers, and a budget bag will cost you twice as much in the long run if it breaks. So how do you decide what to spend? Realistically, it depends on how often you travel. If you're taking 1 or 2 trips a year, you don't need all the bells and whistles. A practical mid-range bag will do the job. But if you're a business traveler on a plane multiple times a month, durability and the right organization should be requirements. However, spending more doesn't automatically get you better features. It depends on the brand. We'll talk more later in this video about what exactly to look for when determining a bag's quality. But as a rule of thumb, we always buy from a brand that has a really good warranty in addition to taking care of you when things go wrong, especially when it comes to airline or travel damage. We love brands like Away that repair parts as needed through the life cycle of your bag instead of replacing it by default if something breaks. It's more eco-friendly, and then you're not stuck without a bag until they can send you a new one. I have a friend who had to wait a long time to get a replacement bag, and unlike Away, travel and airline damage wasn't a part of their baseline coverage. So make sure you're getting your suitcase from a brand that doesn't make you pay for an upgraded policy, and one that can actually help you when you get damage from using it, not just from a manufacturing defect like a lot of other warranty policies. So before you set a budget, think honestly about how much you travel. We're big fans of buying something once, so once you figure out what luggage actually fits your needs, you can decide what that's worth to you. If you buy the wrong suitcase, you can end up paying for more than just the luggage itself. Different trips require different luggage, whether you're heading to Europe for the summer or to a weekend work conference. So make sure you think about the kind of trip you're taking, or else it can cost you money, make it harder to pack, and leave you without space for the stuff you actually need. If you're heading somewhere that requires bigger or specialty gear, size your bag up. You can't bring hiking poles as a carry-on, so you're checking a bag regardless. Since you're already paying that fee, get a bag with expansion or go a size larger so you have room for bulky items like an extra pair of shoes. The same goes for business travel. You should have enough space for your formal clothing and a change of clothes after the workday is done. If you're traveling internationally, the stakes are a little higher across the board. Weight limits tend to be stricter, sizing standards can differ by airline and region, and your bag is more likely to be handled roughly on longer multi-leg journeys. Make a list of what your tightest weight and size restriction is, and choose a bag that fits within that. If you fit the strictest airline, you fit them all. The type of destination matters too. If you're spending time in older cities with cobblestone streets, your wheels will take a beating. Some 2-wheeled suitcases have beefed up wheels specifically for rough terrain, but we find a 4-wheel spinner rolls just as fine over cracked pavement if you tip it back onto 2 wheels. Plus, you still get the benefit of all 4 wheels in the airport where maneuvering is easier. A good deal on luggage always feels like a win. That is, until the bag breaks mid-trip. Poorly made bags are more likely to fail, and the cost of replacing them while you're on the road almost always exceeds what you would have paid had you just bought a better bag up front. We all know that soft shells are more likely to rip, and hard shells can crack or dent when they're tossed around by baggage handlers. However, while a tear can often be patched without losing much structural integrity, a crack is much harder to fix and often means a full replacement. That said, no matter which type you choose, it's more about the quality of the material than the style of the bag. Cheap and thin fabrics and shells will rip or dent far easier regardless of whether the bag is hard or soft. We look for high denier fabrics like nylon and polycarbonate shells that feel thick without being too heavy. It's important to look at the details. A lot of bags that are only slightly more expensive pay for it in spades with a more stable telescopic handle, more reliable wheels, and zippers that don't snag or separate. I've pushed some zipper tracks to the absolute brink by sitting on a suitcase in order to zip it shut, and I can always tell when they're quality because I don't worry about them busting open once I actually get it shut. It's also worth looking specifically for bags with replaceable parts like we mentioned earlier. They'll mention it on their website, or when you get the bag, look for visible screws and hardware. If you can get to it, you can replace it. Wheels are often the first thing to go, and a brand that lets you swap those out means you're not buying a whole new bag over something minor. That's something Away does well. Their lifetime care coverage prioritizes repairs over replacements, and they'll only replace a whole bag if a fix isn't possible. We love brands that aim to take care of the gear you already have. And what backs that up is how they build their bags. Every Away design goes through their AXT performance testing standard. They put it through real-life scenarios like dropping the bag on its shell in cold conditions, opening and closing the zippers thousands of times, and spinning the wheels continuously for miles. With this testing, they prove that every suitcase can handle the rigors of modern travel before you even touch it. What we appreciate most is that the same quality runs across their entire lineup. Whether you need a carry-on for a weekend trip, a bigger carry-on for a week abroad, or something expandable for a family vacation, you're getting the same wheels, zippers, and testing behind it. The bag changes to fit the trip, not the quality. So as you figure out what suitcase fits your travel style, start with Away. Using a bag that doesn't meet your airline's size or weight requirements is one of the easiest ways to spend extra money on a trip. And it happens more than you'd think. Not because people are careless when they're packing, but because they chose a bag before checking the rules. Before you commit to any carry-on, look up your airline's size and weight restrictions to ensure your bag will fit. A checked bag can easily run you $100 round trip on most domestic airlines, which is exactly why getting the size right before you buy matters. If you've never flown with an airline before, search online to see how strictly they enforce the rules. There's a real difference between an airline that just glances at your bag and one that actually tests it in the sizer at the gate. For example, Delta usually lets you board even if your bag is slightly larger than their limits. Frontier, on the other hand, is known for checking every single passenger's bag before they board, and you will be charged a gate check fee if you're caught. Meanwhile, if weight caps are a concern, aim for a bag that's 7 pounds or less when empty. A heavier bag eats into your allowance before you've even packed a single thing, and a lighter bag gives you more of that allowance back for the stuff that actually needs to come with you. When it comes to size, look at the dimensions more than the liter capacity. Then, when you get the bag, measure it yourself with the wheels and handles included before you start packing. That extra inch or two is exactly what gets your bag pulled at the gate, and sometimes measurements online can be a bit off. Keep in mind that fitting within your airline's restrictions doesn't always matter if you're in a later boarding group. Rolling luggage is more likely to get gate checked than a travel backpack, but at least it's free when they ask to gate check your bag rather than when you put it in a sizer and it doesn't fit because it looked too big and it was. You can always bring a bigger roller in the hopes that they ask for volunteers before the flight starts boarding, but that's playing a pretty risky game, so we don't recommend it. Even though I've done it like the last 3 times I've traveled. Shh. Like we talked about earlier, picking the wrong shell type for your travel style can mean damaged belongings, among other things. But hard and soft shell luggage each have some real strengths. The mistake is not actually thinking about which one better fits your travel. In most cases, your gear is probably the deciding factor. If you're carrying expensive electronics, a CPAP machine, or fragile items like gifts, a hard shell offers better protection. We like polycarbonate shells because they're a solid, lightweight option without the steep price tag of aluminum. On the other hand, soft shells usually come with external pockets for quick access items like a laptop, which is great for business travelers who need to keep their devices within reach. They're also able to flex more if you overpack. Each has their cons, too. While hard shells are generally lighter and more structured than soft shells, they can dent if handled roughly and offer less flexibility when you're trying to squeeze in one last item. Meanwhile, soft shell materials can tear, and overfilling the front compartments can throw off the balance of the bag. But, like we mentioned earlier in the video, it's more about the quality of the build than whether or not it's hard or soft shell. Neither suitcase type is universally better than the other. Ultimately, it comes down to what you're packing and how you want to access it. That brings us to organization. Most travelers don't think about how they'll get their gear until they're digging through a fully packed suitcase at their gate trying to get a sweatshirt because the AC is blasting. The right internal layout makes a huge difference when it comes to living out of your bag while you're in transit. A good starting point is to think about what you like in a travel backpack and why, and then look for a suitcase that satisfies the same needs. If you like clamshell backpacks with equal depth on both sides, look for a suitcase that unzips down the middle. If you prefer top-loading bags, find one that opens at the top and packs like a duffel. If you like expandable backpacks, look for a suitcase with an expansion zipper. Then think about what gear is going inside. When you're traveling for business, compression panels often have a zippered pocket on top that's a great spot for a button-down shirt. It'll be flat and wrinkle-free when you arrive instead of rolled with everything else. The last thing you need is showing up to a meeting looking like you slept in your clothes. Prefer to use your own packing Packing cubes? Make sure the luggage panel is removable so you have a clean, open space to work with. Want a dedicated spot for dirty clothes? Some suitcases like Aways come with a built-in laundry bag. As for capacity, don't take the advertised liter count at face value. We find that carry-ons usually fall around 40 liters, while checked bags often fall around the 60-liter range. Plus, 2 bags with the same stated capacity can pack differently depending on how the interior is divided. We like one side to have a flexible divider so that it can expand into the open space in the middle, properly utilizing all available capacity. And don't overlook built-in TSA locks. When you're checking a bag, it adds security without the hassle of buying a lock separately that can easily be cut off. In general, most luggage keeps internal organization minimal by design, so you can customize it with your own cubes and pouches. And if you buy those from the same brand, they're often sized to fit their bags perfectly. Choosing the right luggage comes down to one thing: knowing yourself as a traveler. How often you fly, where you're going, what you're bringing, and how much wear your bag is realistically going to take. Once you know that, the right bag becomes a much easier decision. Let us know what your luggage deal breakers are in the comments below, and we'll see you in the next one.